Welcome back to Local 18 News at noon. August recess may be wrapping up in Washington, D.C., but that doesn't mean things haven't been busy for Congress and the White House. Joining us this afternoon to talk about President Trump's week in office is Larry Britt of the Bay County Republican Roundtable. Hi, Larry.
Hey, Tom.
Great to have you here. I want to start first about this looming battle over the debt ceiling. The White House is saying that Congress needs to raise the debt limit before the end of September to avoid a fiscal crisis. But Mitch McConnell has used this tactic in the past with President Obama of withholding a debt ceiling increase from the president unless the president agrees to spending cuts. Do you think that's a worthy tactic?
Well, there's really not much way of knowing what's going to happen as far as with the budget is concerned, because you don't know what Trump's going to do. You don't know what McConnell's going to do. It's an unusual situation. It's not the same situation that we've had in past budget battles, but I do believe that they will arrive at a budget. It's just depending on the semantics we go through to get there, I think.
And there seems to be this acrimony between the president and Republican congressional leadership over this last week especially. How do you repair this relationship going into the fall?
Well, I think they'll come together on the areas that they have a mutual interest in. President Trump went to Washington with the mandate to drain the swamp. And many people believe that Mitch McConnell is part of the swamp, and there's a tremendous amount of power that he has. Nobody wants to give up their power, so it's going to be a battle, but I believe they'll come together where it's mutually beneficial for both of them.
And Mitch McConnell has been in the Senate for several years, but I want to bring up a new poll. A new Quinnipiac poll shows that just 17% of GOP voters approve of the job Congress is doing. So there's a lot of people saying if Congress can't get anything done, then the president does have a right to call them out on Twitter and disagree and go after them.
Well, not only Congress, but McConnell has the lowest poll numbers of anybody in Congress. The president is right in that it's his job to get things done. If he doesn't get things done, it's not the president's fault. It's his job in the Senate to move bills along. So
do you think lashing out at your own party is benefiting the president, though?
Well, sometimes to a lot of people, particularly Trump supporters, you're known by your enemies. And the establishment Republicans in Washington are as much Trump's enemies as the Democrats are. So it's not hurting him personally. And like I say, his numbers are even higher than McConnell's. So.
And last topic really quickly this afternoon, President Trump held a rally earlier this week, but on Monday he held a speech on Afghanistan, and it was a scripted speech. It was viewed as very presidential. Then you turn around and have this rally the next day, unscripted, and he took on the media and the state senators, but this is the Trump that most of his base loves. So do we continue with an unscripted Trump? Is that okay for him?
Well, the unscripted Trump is what got him elected. It's what his base wants to hear, and he gives it to him. But when he has to be presidential, I think he's shown he can be. But when he goes to a rally, they're going to get the Trump that they voted for.
And they sure do love him. All right, thanks so much, Larry Britt.